Hey, where'd Layton go? Night, Megan. Yep, that's exactly like Professor Layton. Go on without me, I'll catch up with you soon. Future Luke's a bad guy. I'm sorry. I'm calling the predictable twist at this point. Not like, wouldn't that be funny? He's a bad guy. Future Luke's a bad guy. Bruv. Yeah, it's true. It's not really a heel turn because young Luke has always been a bad guy. You're right. Photo finish. Oh. Okay, so I'm just going to use arbitrary numbers for this. I'm gonna call this one 6, and I'm gonna call this one, sorry, this one 6, and this one 5. And I know they line up because of the head of the bird, if I'm not mistaken. This bird right here, you can see a little bit of its tail peeking through. Unless this head right here... Okay, wait a second. This head right here is for this body. So I'm going to call this one 5 and call this one 6. This bird's head is on this body, so this one's 7. This one comes before, so this one comes before this one because of this bird right here. But I have to figure out how it lines up with the rest of it. I guess this cat body right here is this cat body right here. So this one is right before this one, so it's 4 and then 3. So this is the front of the race, so that would make it H1.
I do believe I've got the answer. Now,
I stand
where
by it.
did I go wrong?
I'm sorry. I'm the race official, and my ruling is final. Oh, which came third? Sorry. Yeah, you're right. I forgot the key piece there by the time I got to actually answering the question. So H was first, I was second, and that would make F third.
I do believe I've got the answer. Success.
Sorry, I had read the prompt, but by the time I was done with it, I forgot what I was supposed to be answering. Look, y'all, I don't know how many of y'all solve Layton puzzles in front of 100 people, but this shit's hard. You always look stupid as hell, even when you get it right.
I hope we find the professor soon.
I don't. Fuck that guy.
Poor thing. You're just lost without him, aren't you, Luke?
You're a fine one to talk.
You did a snake bird level for 8 hours? I'm very sorry.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting. Let's be off.
Nope, nope. You are evil. You are the future one. I hate you. Nope.
Where did you go? 1 minute you were there, and the next, you'd vanished.
My apologies, Luke. I just needed to check something.
You're evil.
But enough about that. Come along, everyone. The towering pagoda is just steps away.
At last, we're here. And somewhere up there is the future Professor Layton.
Nope, he's down here with us.
Perhaps not. I suspect this whole affair may be more complex than we originally thought. Yes.
Huh?
I still think future Luke's gonna heel turn. We're hanging out with future Layton. We've got the bad guy. I streamed Baba Is You one time and I couldn't do it again. I think it's one of the most brilliant puzzle games in a long time. Streaming it was the blow up of the century. These dragon eyes are not spheres, but dodecahedrons. That means both of them are 3D objects made up of 12 pentagons. Though one of the eyes is already made, the other still needs to be assembled. Which option, A, B, or C, will create an eye that's exactly the same as the other one when folded together? Vote now with your phones. So this edge will, in this configuration, this edge will meet this edge, which, well, I don't gotta tell you, that ain't gonna work. In this configuration, this edge will meet this edge will meet this one. Well, that ain't looking good either. This one will meet this one will meet this one to that one. Yeah, that one works.
Here's my answer. Phew, that's a relief.
I think one of the things that makes streaming puzzle games hard is I'm constantly focused on trying to demonstrate the work that I'm producing rather than just sitting here in silence staring at the screen with you guys. And I feel like sometimes it really distracts me from, like, just first off, really easy solutions sometimes, and also sometimes it makes me like misread a prompt or something. Not to discount the fact that oftentimes the mistakes I make are just because I'm dumb, but I think streaming puzzle games is very fun. I don't plan to stop doing it, but it's a unique challenge. Where's my last coin? Where's my money? Where's my money? Fine. Keep it. When you come across a puzzle like this one that's just a mechanical door, you think there's a slot on the wall somewhere where you just insert the hint coins? I'm sorry, did you just turn to a cyborg? Layton's playing Beat Saber again. G? Oh, I'm supposed to, not the letter, but the symbol itself.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
It just got very slightly rotated. Oh, this seems like a big plot element. Let's play with our car. Okay, so I have a theory that it's gonna start. It's gonna end up like this. Convoluted, but I kind of want to just see how this plays out for me. Oh, I can't jump the way that I'm wanting to. It's a bummer. Taking this thing over some sweet jumps would be sick. I'm just gonna run into the water doing this now. What if I do something like this? Bail on all these. If you just go over the tile at the very beginning, do you just lose? No, you don't. Okay. Oh, you know, I had made the assumption that we were going the opposite direction around, but we're not. This one's actually really obvious. I mean, for arbitrary definitions of the word obvious. I think they gave you all those extra tiles so that you'd be like... So you would go down that route and think you were on the right track. All of the minigames in this are really solid. No doubt about it. I have not loved every game's minigames, but this game has some sick minigames. I deserve that. Already out of time. The tea brewing would have been more fun, I think, if it weren't for the fact that it's random when people will talk to you about tea, which was, I think, a really poor design choice. This one's gonna be another, like, wacky one. This is gonna be a wild one again. I think this is a red herring. This right here does not seem to lead to a reasonable solution, as far as I can tell. I did this one already, right? This one didn't work. I think it didn't. Yeah. You get launched into space. That is but one way to identify a horse. Oh my god, what if it's this? What, oh my god, what if it's this? I'm so tired of the bird minigames. "18 seconds! I have 18 seconds!" Hey y'all, weird question, not really related to anything going on. What the hell am I supposed to do for 18 seconds? But first we have to talk about parallel universes. Okay. Not okay. This'll work. I'm calling my shot. I'm calling my shot. Never mind, this won't work. Hurry up, bird. We've got places to be! I never doubted. Never doubted for even a moment. Oh. This is tutorial. This tutorial is forever long. This tutorial is a minute. It's a full minute of just this. How am I doing on stickers? I still am missing this sticker right here for number 2. My story will never be complete until I have that sticker. Do you have my sticker? The two of y'all are in cahoots. Stop talking. You're throwing me off. If they cut the board into 2 pieces of identical size and shape, they'll be able to seal the cave entrance completely.
I do believe I've got the answer. Puzzling? I think not.
I actually don't find those ones particularly hard. I know I've gotten stumped on 1 or 2 of them before. But I find those ones where it's like, place a cut to get this result, I can typically conceptualize it pretty well. I know, Mythical, I was talking about that yesterday. Everyone else in the game, Flora, no, not Flora, well, Luke and Layton, at least. Luke and Layton both, their 3rd frame tells you whether or not you got it or not. But Big Luke looks real unsure in that third frame. Alright, where's my last hint coin? I've earned it, and if you think about it, it's kind of mine, so... Whatever, I'm over it. I'm on to you two. Yeah, that works.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Well, that's
Getting the
settled.
beams of light to exits. Yeah, I do like mirror puzzles. I'm watching you, Layton. Don't think I don't see you. Don't think I don't see... There's not really much of a... I mean, it's a reflection on your skill at the game. There's some post-game content that rewards you for getting more points. But in a manner of speaking, it's not strictly necessary. Why the giant spike ball? Well, you see, it makes this impossible. Kinda. I don't think the game really shames you. This is the bottom piece. Well, if you mean the royal we, then yes, we are convinced of that. But I think right now, I'm only speaking for me when I say I think that's what's going on. Look, it's pretty sus that, that Layton just, like, ditches us with a note on my back, and, then shows up again. Well, that's almost the solution. I gotta be honest with you, I feel like I've made a real mess of the situation here. Like, this is so close to correct. Oh, wait. Yubble.
That should do the trick.
If this puzzle
Well, that's-
was a salad, every leaf would be totally dressed. I'm sorry. I apologize. I just have to screenshot that bit of text forever. Yep, putting that one in my text folder. There we go. I own that now. Does he... Is he gonna meet me on the other side? Because I think he's on this side of the bridge. All I'm saying is if I was the type to be looking for evil Professor Layton and I was asked to choose one side of the bridge, it's gonna be this side.
Professor, is that...
Welcome, Herschel Layton.
I demand an explanation.
Are you really Professor Layton?
Yes, of course.
You don't sound like Professor Layton.
Don't you recognize your old friend?
I don't know. Something about you seems... off.
Surely you recognize yourself, Herschel. Misfortune, our fortune, is a result of your ambition and genius.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be real with you for just a moment. I can guarantee you that Layton knows that this isn't the real Layton because he's wearing a turtleneck, and I'll be damned if Herschel Layton is ever wearing a fucking turtleneck.
What is it, Professor?
You've put on quite a show, but it's clear to me that you're not...
Oh, is that so?
What tipped you off, Professor?
Is this Dr.
Yes,
Ston
but
gone?
Indeed. I'm all ears.
Even Luke realizes how ridiculous this is. He's like, hey, do you think now's a great time for this? B can't be up, otherwise, this green block right here would fall. A could not be up, because if A were up, then this block would fall. C cannot be up, because otherwise this block would fall, which leaves us only with the option of D.
This one's as good as solved. Phew, that's a relief.
I have a pen in my pocket that's either red or blue. Because he always has a red pen in his pocket because he's ready to grade papers.
I had a feeling you were behind this, Dr. Stun Gun. Or should I say, Dimitri Allen?
An impressive deduction. Does anything ever get past you, Herschel?
Is anyone going to explain to me why their feet are always wet? Can someone just say, the scientist's feet are always wet because...
Hats off to you, Herschel.
So you're the one who's been kidnapping
So he was wearing a
scientists
hat
under
over
my
his
name.
hat? Like, what's up
But
with that?
why?
Can we talk about the fact that he's wearing a hat on top of his hat? Who's Dimitri Allen? He was someone who was part of a science experiment that happened 10 years prior to the time machine incident that Layton thought they were connected.
Have you ever tried to build a time machine by yourself? It's a Herculean task. And by pinning the blame on you, I could disguise myself as one of the poor scientists who vanished. Conveniently, that also provided an excellent way to lure you here. After all, the virtuous Herschel Layton would never stand by as someone sullied his good name. Sure enough, you came running, and faster than expected at that.
You're a real piece of work.
Luke, when you say that, it sounds like a compliment.
So why me? You could have chosen anyone to be the scapegoat.
Oh no, it had to be you. You see, you play a critical part in the completion of my time machine. Or rather, your memories do.
What are you saying?
The best part is that I've already got what I need from you.
Of course. So that strange device.
Finally catching on, eh? Those glasses you put on were a cognitive capture unit of my own design.
Brilliant.
In layman's terms, a memory recorder.
That's great, because we were all idiots here. Well, just Luke. But honestly, Luke needed the help.
But what use could you possibly have for my memories?
Why, they provide me with data, of course. Your memories contain all the information I need to recreate that fateful day's experiment.
Which day?
The day I lost everything that mattered to me.
Uh-huh. Go on.
I still don't understand.
That's because this guy's an idiot. But go on.
I'd imagine you know quite a bit about loss yourself, Herschel. Think, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty good meme.
I'm talking about Claire.
Claire.
As you know, time travel is based on movement through wormholes. One end of the wormhole is anchored in the present. But every wormhole also needs a point of origin. And to find this point of origin, one needs data. Both you and Bill had substantial interactions with Claire on the day of the accident. Using your memories of those interactions, I will triangulate the point right before her death. Of course, finding a wormhole's point of origin is no easy task. If my calculations were even the slightest bit off, I could be trapped forever.
Then why take the risk? What do you stand to gain?
Everything. You see, like you, Herschel, I loved.
So you intend to travel back through time and save her?
Surely you wouldn't stop me. After all, haven't you wished for this yourself?
Nothing can excuse the kidnapping of all those scientists. Not even this, Dimitri.
You disappoint me. I had hoped a rational man like yourself would understand that the ends justify the means.
I don't see it that way.
Then what's your next move? Turn me into the police? I'd like to see you try.
I'm sorry. What the fuck is that? What does it mean if they have the same number? Are we doing a stable marriage problem? Hey, Mudfoot.
Very nicely done, Herschel.
Give it up, Dimitri!
Give it
Shut up, Luke. You were the one star.
No, no, no. I'm just getting started.
Who is that?
Bill Hawks.
As you can see, my hostage here is something of a big shot. So I wouldn't try anything funny if I were you.
You're a monster!
Oh no.
A Faraday cage. Now we're protected from electricity.
I hate to disappoint you, but it seems you've failed to ensnare the genuine article.
Huh?
Hey, it was fake Layton all along, but it was like...
Just what is going on here? Why are there two of you?
Did Layton run to the clock tower in order to, like, go back in time, but then come back, and then now there's two of them here right now?
Which one is the real professor?
They're both the real professor.
What?
Wait, Mustachio on question?
Don Paolo?
If he's in here,
Why is he helping?
Where's the real professor? Huh?
this is getting far too complicated.
Yeah, what's going on?
Take note, Luke. A true gentleman never plays his ace in the hole until absolutely necessary.
It sure is, Jeff.
Hey, Layton, here's an idea for you. Why don't you quit it with the lectures and get me out of here?
Help us, Professor!
Be patient, Luke. I just need to find a way past this lock.
Uh-huh. Think of the buttons as squares. That's perfect, because they are squares. Well, this will be very easy to think of them that way. Up. Right. 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 This is going to be probably relatively easy once I just visualize the whole thing together.
That should do the trick. Just as I suspected.
Easy. My, how the turntables have turned. We got a scarper. That was easy. Oh good, another weird tunnel. Ugh. Can't turn unless you hit a wall. Oh, this one's pretty easy.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Well, that's settled.
You've been awake since my last stream? Well, good morning. Weird. Why am I getting double alerts? Yo, thank you so much, Jethrobot, for the sub. Why am I getting double alerts? Pardon me while I take a look for some hint coins.